unbelievable Chinese copycat cars. The car industry in China is getting bigger by the day, and the country's leading car manufacturers are spreading their influence across the world through astute acquisitions of foreign brands and rapidly improving products. In the Chinese domestic market, however, it's not unusual for cars to take inspiration for their improvements in a less than legitimate capacity. So here we are comaparing the branded copycat cars which is made in China. KDC Regola and McLaren. This is the KDC Regola, a rather crude attempt at recreating a McLaren. While the distinctive headlights, the doors and orange paint are all present, there is a distinct hint of shoddiness. KDC hasn't announced any official plans for production of its sports EV, but it is safe to assume there will be a couple of people in Hongqi who would have objections if they did. Hongqi electric concept car and Maybach 6 concept. Not content with borrowing designs from production cars, Chinese marque Hongqi, part of the FAW group, appears to be taking inspiration from European concept cars, too. Its latest electric concept car bears more than a passing resemblance to the vision Mercedes-Maybach 6, which similarly aims to showcase a vision for an ultra-luxurious and enormous future Grand Tour. Dongfeng Jingyi S50 and Volkswagen Passat. The Dongfeng Motor Corporation has a long history of joint ventures with big Western marques. Honda, Nissan and Renault have all had dealings with them over the years. However, the Jingyi S50 saloon is the product of no such venture. Unless of course you count the fact its styling is apparently a homage to one of Volkswagen's best-selling cars, the Passat. Dongfeng Fenshen AX4 and Jingyi. First unveiled at the Shanghai Motor Show, the Fenshen AX4 SUV has a fair few flashes of fellow Chinese SUV, the Jingyi, which are difficult to ignore. Starting with the large chrome fog lights in the bumper and the thin V-shaped grille at the front, look at the Fenshen for long enough and the evolution from Jingyi to Fenshen AX4 becomes clear. What's more, the folks at Dongfeng didn't stop there. Keep looking at the Fenshen and you will see a whole load of Sangyong Tivoli elements in its design, too. Chinese S55 and Land Rover Discovery Sport. Jaguar Land Rover has in recent times created some of the most distinctive car styling devices of any manufacturer. It's particularly obvious then, when someone else takes inspiration from its cars. The Chinese S55 appears to do just that from the Discovery Sport, mimicking the large curvy body of JLR's compact SUV. Chinese X70T and Land Rover Discovery. Changan appears yet again on this list and yet again for producing something that looks remarkably like a JLR product. This time around though, it is the full-size Discovery's turn to inspire the designers responsible for the CX70T. The end result is something which looks remarkably similar to the 2017 Auto Express Car of the Year, but probably won't be in the running in 2018. BYD and Ford EcoSport. Not many cars these days come with the wheel mounted on the back, save for the Jeep Wrangler and Ford EcoSport. Which is why, when a car manufacturer launches a small SUV with the spare wheel on the tailgate, comparisons are bound to be drawn. This also means that it won't take long before someone realizes the similarities go way beyond the wheel and you've made a carbon copy of another manufacturer's vehicle. BAIC BJ80 and Mercedes G-Class. Let's face it, all it was going to take was some paper and a straight edge for someone to copy the Mercedes G-Class iconic design. Shown at the China International Automobile Exhibition, the BAIC BJ80 proved that BAIC's designers had the necessary equipment. BAIC also manufactures Mercedes-branded cars for the Chinese market, making us wonder what other Germanic wonders we will see from the brand in the near future, or whether a strongly worded letter from Stuttgart might be in the post. FAW Western X40 and Mazda CX-5. Shown at the China International Automobile Exhibition, the FAW Western X40 bears a striking resemblance to the Mazda CX-5. Unlike with a lot of the copycat cars on this list, however, this similarity isn't actually that surprising when you dig into the background. Western makes its cars using Mazda's older platforms, sharing technology in a similar kind of way to the VW Group and its many brands. Landwind X7 and Range Rover Evoque. Jiangling's Landwind X7 has long been known as a very convincing copy of the Range Rover Evoque, and although their use of a lurid green paint job was previously a major giveaway, the adoption of a far more sensible white body for the 2017 Shanghai Motor Show has made telling the two apart even more difficult. Land Rover has been so irked by the Chinese company's behavior that they are reportedly suing them for copyright infringement, though no updates on that front have surfaced since 2016. Zoltai T600 and Volkswagen Tiguan. Zoltai's T600 was originally revealed at the Beijing Motor Show in 2015, and was immediately considered to be a doppelganger of VW Group's Audi Q5 and VW Touareg. Fast forward to 2017 and this latest version of the large SUV appears to have morphed into a Volkswagen Tiguan. Must be a coincidence. Zoltai SR9 and Porsche Macan. Another Zoltai, another injection of déjà vu. Their SR9 was proudly on display at the 2017 Shanghai Motor Show, but if you look closely you might be able to pick up on a Porsche Macan vibe. There's just something about the styling, and the grille, and the headlights, and the doors. We can't quite put our finger on it, though. Dongfeng electric concept and Jaguar I-Pace. Chinese car maker Han Autos is a relatively new brand, having reportedly launched in China 2016. And despite only being a fledgling company, they have managed to do in 12 months what took Jaguar 83 years, founded 1934, by arriving at a design eerily similar to the I-Pace with their 2017 electric concept. Zotye 200 and Smart ForTwo. The Zotye 200 is a small, two-door electric car designed for the city, in the same way that the Smart ForTwo electric drive will be a small, two-door electric car designed for the city. Though the Smart isn't due to go on sale until September 2017, Zotye can't claim that their vehicle is the one being imitated on this occasion. Why? Their ForTwo mimicking ways aren't new, evidence of which stems from the E30 they showcased at the Shanghai Motor Show in 2015. Le Fangzhou on Lang and Ford S-Max. Another exhibit at the 2017 Shanghai Motor Show, the Le Fangzhou on Lang MPV apparently entered the Chinese market just a few weeks prior to the event itself. Prices start at around 69,000 Chinese yuan, approx £7,835, and any similarity to the Ford S-Max is purely coincidental. Honest. G. Patton and Hummer. With the name relating to George S. Patton, the famous and highly respected U.S. Army general who commanded the 7th Army during World War II, there's no doubting which country the G. Patton is inspired by. The 19-foot-long 4x4 mixes a whole number of classic and American off-roaders as well as bespoke Army vehicles. It can come as a 7-seater or with the cinema in the back and 2 luxury chairs, and it's powered by a 6.8-liter V10 producing 357 bhp. Hongqi LS5 and Range Rover. The Hongqi LS5 proves that the Evoque isn't the only Range Rover product China seems so keen on, but also the big daddy of the range. Sitting alongside the bizarrely styled L5 limo, the LS5 uses the previous generation Range Rover as its styling model, just stretched a bit to suit more Chinese tastes. There's even a hint of the Jeep Grand Cherokee at the front too. Inside, the passengers are treated to lots of luxury gizmos along with a dashboard that has a passing resemblance to, surprise, an old Range Rovers. Under the bonnet is a turbocharged 4.0-liter petrol pushing out around 510 bhp. Eagle and Porsche Cayman. The Eagle is a car designed to show off the country's expertise in producing an electric sports cars, but there's no getting away from which cars the designer has taken his cues from. We believe it's powered by a tiny battery pack that gives just a top speed of around 70 miles per hour and a 160 miles range, a sharp contrast to the looks. There's no getting away from how much like the Eagle looks like a Porsche Cayman with the Ferrari F12 nose grafted on. Even the badge is a near copy of the Porsche's iconic golden shield. Jack A6 and Audi A6. While some companies won't let on just which car they might be imitating, it seems that Jack was quite happy to own up when it badged its latest release, the A6. Yes, that's right, the A6. Not only does it have the exact same name as the Audi A6 saloon, but it looks very similar to the original model. It's the grille and stepped headlights that really give the game away. Buick X4 24 and Jeep Cherokee. Another model that looks more like a merging of two cars than just a single copy of one. The Buick X4 24 has a hint of the Jeep Cherokee at the front with the large grille openings, while the side profile is clearly taken from the rugged Wrangler model. Perhaps the company felt that customers wouldn't be happy with just one Jeep and instead wanted the best of both. BYD S7 and Lexus RX. While some imitations are fairly obvious at a glance, others are disguised a little better. The BYD S7 may not have the look of the Lexus RX from the front, but there's no hiding the similarities towards the rear, with the same curved windows, small spoiler and tail lights. BYD has done a decent job of keeping this quiet, but not good enough. Geely and Rolls-Royce Phantom. Fancy the luxury of a Rolls-Royce Phantom, but don't quite have the £305,000 to cover the costs? Well, the Geely GE might just be the thing for you. It's got the big chrome grille and even an imitation Spirit of Ecstasy on the bonnet. Just make sure nobody gets too close to see what it actually is. Buick X4 24 and Jeep Cherokee. Another model that looks more like a merging of two cars than just a single copy of one. The Buick X4 24 has a hint of the Jeep Cherokee at the front with the large grille openings, while the side profile is clearly taken from the rugged Wrangler model. Perhaps the company felt that customers wouldn't be happy with just one Jeep and instead wanted the best of both. Cherokee Regola and Toyota Yaris. The Cherokee Regola is a small hatchback designed for inner-city commuters. While the front end is ugly enough to not really resemble anything on UK roads, the curvaceous side profile and rear of the car look like a direct lift from the Toyota Yaris MK. Fortunately for Toyota, that's where the similarities end, and it's unlikely to ever be any real competition to the established, and far more attractive, hatchback. Brilliance V5 and BMW X1. Brilliance is a partner of BMW in China, and the X1 compact crossover went on sale in the country through the partnership. So, it's interesting to see that Brilliance launched its very own rival to the X1, dubbed the V5. It's probably one of the closest copies we've ever seen. Of course, this version is cheaper than the BMW model, but is only sold in China. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel.